Body step 130. We are here. We have made it to a phenomenal release yet again. Freaking-tastic. If that's a word. It's going to be a word, because this release has so much great musical variety, so many innovations in terms of new moves, and it was filmed in London, which was an awesome team to be a part of, and I'm so excited for this release to drop. And hey, let's take a shout out for just a moment. Welcome to our new Facebook group. If you haven't invited your friends, your teammates, your folks at the gym to join this on that are instructors, be sure to get them on the page so we can all stay in together, get into the community, and have a lot of fun with this release and learning it. Over the next 2 videos, we're going to be covering the 5 key elements as they relate to this release. This release has a little bit of something for everybody. We start the workout with some really strong tunes to lead us into the warm-up as we move into step warm-up, which is amazing. The Spice Girls have finally landed in a body step release, and no place better to do it than London. The song absolutely went off with the people. It's hard to hear in the microphones on the masterclass, but in the room, the energy was electric as those first few notes started. People were loving it, singing the lyrics, and there's no doubt this is going to show up when you teach it in your clubs as well. In choreography this round, there's nothing super tricky here, folks. Body step timing is on the beat, and we move with great rhythm and coordination. So as you're practicing the release, give it a run through a few times just to get a feel for the moves, the movement, and the ways that the timing comes through. One note for timing. In the mixed strength track, we have a squat across the top combination. To avoid rushing this, be sure to practice with the music and feel the beats of each double pulse. Side, top, side, march back. When the music is climbing and the chorus is about to drop in the song, that is where rushing will happen most often. When you're practicing with your launch team or on your own, preparing to teach this for the first time, be really clear with yourself. How can I stay in the movement just a second longer so that I can stay on the timing? Otherwise, you'll pop out of the step too fast and it will throw off of your timing, and that will throw off your participants' timing, creating more rest for the legs and not achieving the total training effect. We've got some great finales as well too, so be sure to pay special attention to the end of each track. Remember, finales are part of our choreography. They don't have to be exactly what we do in the masterclass, but they want to give a punctuation to the end of the track, something that can motivate our members to finish with us and to feel a part of the experience. My absolute favorite of this release would have to be the quick snap at the end of the party step. This is one that actually challenged me. Mark wanted me to really get into my diva mode because I love to circle my arms slow. But really, we want to give it, she said, what? Kind of energy. So play around with your finales. Borrow some that you see in the masterclass, but also work with other instructors, or if you're launching by yourself, focus on some great ways to bring those finales alive and keep doing them as you teach this release, because people will catch on to them and want to be a part of that finale with you. Technique. So, this release has some cool innovations, like I said. We see the return of the up tap, cha-cha-cha, on your step. Be sure to take a look at that in track 2, the step warm-up. In this move, just remember to jump onto the step, straight into the cha-cha, and then step down to change sides. As body step continues to evolve, please remember, if your class is not ready for an up tap cha-cha-cha with the flare and the arm lines, feel free to keep this at the 3 down taps in single basic. So when teaching this release for the first time, keep an eye out on your crowd and show all of the options. Then try to stick with about what 80% of your class needs. So let's say the majority of my class is really struggling with the up tap cha-cha-cha. I'm gonna stay with the 3 down taps with the flexed arm line and a basic. The arm line can be the flare for that day. And then over a few weeks, you can build them up to a cha-cha, or give them the option to never cha-cha. Body stuff is inclusive, fun, and welcoming. So appreciate people's levels where they are, their comfortableness and what they want to do, and just enjoy the workout based on what you see in front of you. Peak 1. We've got the L-step combination. This has some really cool camera shutter sounds in it so that you can plan some great poses to engage with your class, to show off some flair, and to enjoy some of the music while we're working hard to keep the heart rate up in peak 1. Before teaching this release for the first time, play around with your poses here and use this as a template for you to express yourself how you want to. In the masterclass, look at different steps and watch it many different times. See what other of the presenters are doing amongst the class. You'll see Kayla with some sassy arm lines. You'll see the French team with some Frenchy poses. You'll see me sticking my butt out a lot, and that's who I am. So if that's not you, try something that's really fun in your arms and your facial expressions. Play with the music and try to entertain yourself. That's usually my best advice to help people bring that authenticity out in themselves and then encourage others to do the same as you're teaching. Mixed strength. We're getting low because of the bass, right? No, because we're getting deep into the legs. And the bass gets low too. The rotating squat is the move to look out for in this track. What we want to do is brace the abs to come down, bend the knees heaps, and then turn our bodies fully to the side profile. Keep the heels lifted ever so slightly, and then return to your base position to squat and stand. The heels stay elevated so that we keep the load on the legs, as the purpose of this track is mixed strength, getting deep into the muscle fibers of the legs. In this track, keep an eye out for options for your participants as well. If someone doesn't want to come down to the ground, be sure to check out the standing option presented in the masterclass. Conditioning 1 has some really strong movements in it. When doing this move with your class for the first time, emphasize a small chest rotation. Take a look back at the masterclass as you practice to ensure that you keep a minimal rotation. This ensures that we keep the muscles loaded in the right places and we avoid putting strain on the joints. Party, yeah! Did you notice it? In the London release, you're gonna see the London queens bouncing their hips with their sass in their lips, and you're gonna have so much fun teaching this track. We have a great London theme as well as some sassy moves to say, oh girl, she did not. And you can bring this out through your way of authenticity. So maybe it's your facial expressions, maybe it's your big explosive movements, maybe it's just the way that you bring people into the experience. Play around with the music here. You leave a lot of place for silence so it can really pop off, and then just engage with what's going on in front of you. What we've got here is a time for you to relax, enjoy some cardio recovery, and help people feel like a part of the experience. The AC. Did you like that C? AC. Athletic circuit. This track has an over the top with a march or a run around to the other side. Funny story, in filming this, I fell down once and the camera beautifully cut away from me when that happened and came back when I had come to stand up. In rounds 3 and 5 of the athletic circuit, you're gonna notice an awesome hot guy teaching it. In this round, be sure to show great options from the start. Start with the standing option of the triple pull squat, the jump on, and run back behind. Key callouts here, be sure to stay really close to the back of the step. This ensures that your hands have clearance to come down to the step, as well as your heels to land off close to the step in the run and the jump on. If we're jumping too far forward and too far back, then we're risking the knees buckling or pushing forward of toes. By staying close to the back of the step, we move up and down off of the step to maintain great alignment and body step set position. Finally, conditioning number 2. We use the plates here again, and we have an awesome halo combination. Using the plates, halo the head just around the crown, then target back to your knee so that you can come back into the wood chop. This is a fun combination because it challenges our core in different planes of motion. We also have the lunge combination. We have to reach the arms straight up and scoop forward and pull back to the chest to engage the right shoulder muscles at the right time. At the very end of the track, we've got a fun core combination. The rope climb is back again. And in this track, remember, when you're rope climbing, grab onto the rope, put your hand above it, and then reach above that hand. That ensures the imaginary rope is helping us lift the shoulder blades higher up off of the ground. And that's gonna engage our core in a stronger way. And that's all I got for today. Check out the next video coming up soon that has great tips to continue moving through the key elements for this release and help you rock teaching BODYSTEP 130. See you soon.